Well, hey kids, how's everybody out there in YouTube land this morning? August 3rd, 2018 here on the good ship Lily 2. Oh man, had a great night last night. A little exciting last night, a little bit of excitement last night. You know, I was sitting out here doing my live stream. It went a little late last night, which was great. Had a good time, had fun doing that, talking to everybody. And I got it shut down, and I sat out here in the cockpit for a long time afterwards. In fact, I did another little video of me sitting in the dark out here looking at the lights and talking to the sailboats that were still going by in the dark. I guess their long race plan didn't take into account for the fact that there was hardly any wind. But anyhow, after a little bit of sitting out here in the dark, it started to rain, so I had to close up everything and get down below. And then next thing you know, there's thunderstorm warnings and small craft warnings coming across, and high wind forecasted coming across. And next thing you know, then I get a tornado warning on my phone. It's beeping away with tornado warnings, and there's a tornado is going to hit me imminently. And apparently the tornado went just a little bit north of me, and it just missed me. And then of course, after the tornado thing had passed, then for the next half hour they were talking about water spouts and little twisters and stuff that might be an issue, and on and on and on, yada yada yada. Oh man, it was midnight before I finally turned in last night with all the excitement of all these impending doom stories coming across from the Weather Channel, none of which of course developed in anything, you know. The boat sat here. It was actually, it was much calmer than it is right now. There's more wind and wave right now than there was last night. So it's blowing about 8 or so right at the moment. It's not bad, just a nice pleasant breeze. Going to pick up later on today. We've got some rain coming in this afternoon, supposed to get up into the 13s and 15 mile an hour wind area. So, but that's all right. That's all right. That's all fine. I've got plenty of work to do to keep me busy, so it's not going to worry about it. In fact, today is install. Let me get you guys set up down there. There you go. Today is install the push pit. We got it all welded up. So I got these little backing plates which are going on. So I've got to match these up with the base of the push pit and pop some holes in there, and these are going to be my washers, if you will, my backing plates. I've got 3 of these made up the same size as the feet on the push pit, so those will work out just fine. And we're going to get that all taken care of. Today we're drilling more holes in the boat and installing a bunch of new stainless steel hardware with backing nuts and nylocks this time. I'm going to go straight to nylock type nuts, so that will give it plenty of strength and should hold nice and tight. All brand new hardware on there. So I think I'm going to put a little dab of 5200 on each one of those bolts before they go down through the hole, just to seal them up a little bit. Probably not really necessary, but you know, it's just a good touch just to kind of seal those up. Obviously nothing had been put on them at the factory before, or whoever had installed them last, they'd never put anything like that on there. So we'll have to get that taken care of though. And then the other thing I wanted to show you guys this morning, these are the old gauges that were mounted here in the boat. These were in these 2 little holes here in the cockpit. You can see they're kind of antiquated. This is a knot meter, so it tells you the speed, but this is what used to be wired up in the boat. This is original equipment, 1974 vintage. There was this knot meter, and then there was also this wind indicator. This is the apparent wind indicator, which used to apparently get some signal from up on high on the mast, but that is not in place anymore. So so these gauges now do nothing, and so I guess I should just throw them in the bay or something. No, I'm not going to throw them in the bay. But I will probably discard these somewhere along the way. There's no point in me carrying these and storing these on the boat. We don't use them anymore, so although it would be nice to have an apparent wind indicator, but you know, anybody that if you sail for a while, you know, it's pretty obvious which way the wind's blowing. When you're on the boat and the boat is moving, that does tend to skew your perspective a little bit, because you know, it doesn't seem like the wind is blowing quite as hard as what it seemed like, because of course the boat's moving along with the wind, so, or at some angle to the wind. But still, you know, you can be like Puxatawny Phil and come out of the hole and look around and say, oh yeah, well, the wind's coming from that direction, so that's the apparent wind. So anyhow, so this morning we got a great live stream last night, great night's sleep last night, little excitement in the weather forecast, but nothing that developed through any of it. Other than that, the bay's pretty quiet out here. A lot of planes going overhead, but that's typical here. We're on the flight path for LaGuardia Airport. And off in the distance, I can see the planes taking off from Kennedy Airport. Anytime you're in a big metropolitan area like this, you see a lot of boats going by. So, and the Honey Dipper's coming out across the bay. The Honey Dipper is the boat that runs around and pumps out people's blackwater and gray water tanks. Apparently, he's going out to pump somebody. But really nice guy, really nice guy. So anyhow, so that's kind of it this morning. I got to get to my jobs here and get the push pit installed. Oh, downloaded all the footage this morning that Doug and I recorded yesterday while we were doing all the welding. So, and the welding just came out beautiful. I don't know if you can see right there. This was broken right here. It had a big jagged break right there. And so this was two separate pieces of metal that we've pieced back together again, and it's nice and strong and tight. I got to do a lot of buffing and cleaning up and polishing now to make those welds look pretty like the rest of it does, but it's functional right now, and that's 90% of it. It's together. It is together and functional. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that installed today. So I'm gonna go ahead and get at that. I'm going to jump on that and get that done. So I will talk to you guys this evening at my normal live stream at 7 p.m. So you guys be good, be careful, take good care of one another. I don't think I missed anything in the chat. I don't think anybody said anything in the chat. Nope, I don't see anything. So we'll have more for you guys this evening. Night, kids. Night, kids. Night, kids. It's daytime. Oh, geez.